Hello everybody, my name is Big Citrus, and let's get into it. So, if you're watching this video, I can only assume that you are most likely a Warzone player who has come over to Apex in order to probably have a better time than you were. You could be coming from a variety of games, but I'm just gonna assume it's Warzone specifically, or some sort of battle royale. So yes, welcome to Apex Legends. You may have played it before when it first came out, but ultimately you fell in love with other games that were coming out after it. Maybe a Fortnite update caught your attention, some Warzone, maybe you even got into Valorant. You poor soul. And you have finally arrived at the Golden Cathedral that is Apex Legends made by Respawn Entertainment. But I have a secret for you. And don't tell anyone this, but the grass isn't that green on the other side. There are some things you're going to need to know before you really dive into this game, and I know some other people have talked about it, but I don't think a lot of people have truly, honestly told you everything you need to know. So first of all, welcome. Genuinely, a lot of people are telling Warzone players not to come to this game. However, I think anyone should be able to play whatever game they want whenever they choose. I'm going to go over 10 simple things you're going to need to know, and I'm not going to waste your time anymore. Number 1. You can't camp in this fucking game. Yeah, that is really never gonna work. There are actually characters like Caustic, Watson, and Rampart that are specifically designed for camping. They are not really meant necessarily for aggressive playstyle, so the best way you're going to want to play these characters is finding a close quarters space and setting up inside of it. However, there are tons of counters to this. You can be scanned through walls, you can get sucked into a black hole, you can get grenades thrown at you, a psycho interdimensional chick can come through and just like set a portal and then throw some grenades. It's gonna be a bumpy ride if you try and camp. Maybe at the lower ranks you'll be able to catch some people off guard, but this game is based all off the movement and many characters have get out abilities, so yeah, that's really not gonna work here. Second thing, this game does not necessarily tolerate toxicity. I have seen people get banned for calling someone ass. Imagine if you called them the N-word. Like, it's not gonna go over well. I know this might be breaking some of the COD diehards, hearts in half, but that is simply the way it is. You can't be letting the hard R sing every time someone doesn't res you, Respawn takes it a lot more seriously. The third thing, as much as I love Apex Legends, this game does have similar problems, so don't expect to immediately be loved by Respawn. As much as they try, they do make some questionable balancing decisions and leave some bugs in the game that honestly don't really make any sense, and they do try to pander to the casuals occasionally, like they do with Warzone. But trust me, it is not 1/100th as bad. Number 4. Don't give up on this game immediately, because this game is insanely fucking hard. Like, there's not even a skill ceiling, there's a skill ozone layer. It's all the way up in the fucking sky. Like, you can't, it's insanity. You have to master movement, you have to master mind games, you have to master ability conservation. It's like a resource game with your timers and ability. You gotta master looting, you gotta know inventory management. Obviously, you have to master aim. Those are just some of the things. There's so much more with each specific character that you're gonna have to master just to even be considered an above average player. I have had to literally play for 500 hours on my PC on mouse and keyboard to get diamond. It is that hard. It is that much time you'll be putting into it. It is like a legitimate world-class sport. It is insane. Number 5. There is a meta in this game, similar to Warzone. But most of the guns in this game are fairly balanced, and you could pretty much use any gun you want. But for example, a weapon like the Wingman is very hard to use. You need to be incredibly accurate to get any value out of it. So, it's gonna be a little difficult. Most of the guns in this game have insane bullet drop and insane recoil control. There's no foregrips in this game. There's no overpowered barrel mods that make the gun into a laser weapon. You genuinely have to learn these things on your own. I know that might be hard for some people, but it is the way it is. Attachments are not your friend, and you actually have to learn genuine gunplay. I never like saying gunplay. It sounds like a weird BDSM thing. I'm not gonna say that again. But I'm trying trying to say is that, you know, learn what characters and guns are good. Like, for example, Bloodhound and Octane are always, like, top of the meta. Your picks actually mean something in this game. You need to think about every time you're selecting a character, you need to think about your comp, you need to think about what guns you're picking up, and what kind of fight you're taking them into. Number 6. Okay, this is just a specific thing for anyone who decides that they're going to try and cheat in this game. Okay, look, right? It's not going to work out for you. I've seen a lot of hackers actually get beat by genuine players, and they seem to get banned considerably faster than most Warzone hackers, which, you know, it's still not insanely fast, but it is faster. So if you think you're just going to get to the highest rank and never get caught, never get banned, good luck. I would recommend going back to Warzone. Number 7, there is no rose skin in this game. You can't blend into cover. Yeah, there are no cheap things like that. They're going to give you a tactical advantage. You are going to be very easy to see all the time, and you're going to get rolled, and you're going to get smoked. There are some spots on every map that you can kind of hide in, you know, and kind of get a decent tactical advantage. But besides that, there's nothing really cheap or cheesy in this game. Like, yeah, you can grenade spam. Like, yeah, melee is kind of broken. It's not a one-shot in this game, by the way. I guess you can add that as, like, number 11. Melee is broken, but it's not a one-shot. You know, all those things. But yeah, if you really think that there's going to be some sort of skin you can put on, or there's going to be some sort of part of the map that you can sit in and never be seen, and, like, if people won't be able to reach you, that's not really a thing in this game. So, yeah, good luck. Number 8. Just because you don't have good loot does not mean you need to loot for the rest of the match. This is very different from Warzone, where you kind of just get your loadout and then you buy some armor plates. You're kind of set up for the rest of the match. You do kind of have to get lucky, you know, get some good loot, you know, loot around the map. But the best way to get loot, in my opinion, is killing other people. They'll do the looting for you, and then when you kill them, you'll get better armor and more meds, and you can steal all of their stuff. There's this little system in the game called Evo. When you do damage to people, it can increase your shield and upgrade it from a higher rarity. So you're actively going to want to be doing damage around the map to get better armor, because, you know, that purple and gold armor is not super common. So, you know, if you're going to want to be able to take more damage, you're actually going to have to work for it, you know, run around the map, hit some shots, you know, do some damage at the very least. You don't necessarily have to kill people, but yeah. So being aggressive will pay off. Looting the entire match just to die at the very end happens to a lot of new players. Just because you have insanely good loot doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be winning the best fights against the kids who have better loot than you do, because they've been killing everyone around the map and they have red armor and can take more damage. It's not going to end well for you. Number 9. Okay, this is just like a little weird personal thing, but you know those badges at the start of every match? Okay, those don't actually mean like anything. Those badges you see at the start of the match, like those little hammers and those little skulls, 20 bombs and those 4K damage badges, those mean very little. A lot of players will just get into bot lobbies, you know, against worse players. Some people even just keep playing pubs and purposely losing, and, you know, over and over again so they can get put against worse players. And then they'll get that 4K damage badge, you know, get the 20 kill bomb against kids who are considerably worse than them. And let me just tell you this right now that, you know, it doesn't really mean anything. These are just numbers. They don't necessarily reflect on a player's skill. Any person who says, oh, I have a 4K damage badge and a 20 bomb, that means I'm a good player, is very insecure about their own skill and knows that they're probably not that good. Don't worry about the badges you see at the start of the match. These mean literally nothing. Even if someone has 10,000 kills, it probably doesn't mean much. They've just been playing for a long time. So yeah, appearance is not everything. Do not be intimidated by these people, and do not be one of the people who wants to look intimidating by going for these badges, because ultimately they are worthless. And number 10. Just have fun. Like, yes, this game is very fun to take seriously and everything, just like Warzone, but ultimately, if you treat every match like it's a $100,000 tournament, you're going to be ripping your hair out, because especially if you're a new player, you're not going to be as good as people who've been playing for a long time. Have fun, you know, play pubs, you know, go for sick, crazy, like, plays. Try and, like, 1v3 people with a sniper if you think that's going to make you have fun. Try and push a team even if you're weak. Just try and stick them with an arc star, like, in the middle of the map. Go for these fun, crazy plays. Try and land in the boxing ring every time on Olympus and just punch people to death. Like, have fun. Ultimately, that's what this game is about. It is still one of the most fun BRs, and it is honestly very competitive, and yes, people will be treating every match like their family is being held at gunpoint and they have to win to save them, but you can still have fun. Even in ranked, you can just have a good time. Just use the guns you want to use. Play the characters you want to play. Because if you're having fun, you're ultimately going to do better. And I think that's just going to be the best for everyone, if everyone is kind of just treating it like it is. a game. No, but seriously, if you load into one of my ranked lobbies and pick Rampart, I will fucking kill. And that's pretty much gonna do it. Hopefully, I've told the Warzone players what they need to know. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments. I'll pin your comments so the brand new players can see it below. And if you're coming from a game that's not Warzone, well, this pretty much probably applies to you as well. Hopefully you enjoy Apex Legends, and if you like any of this content, subscribe to the channel. You can learn what your main says about you, what your favorite weapon says about, what your skin says about you. You can learn my thoughts on the game and what needs to improve on the game, just things like that. Anyways, I've been Big Citrus, and have a damn good one.